everybody. We are here to announce some little changes to the Patreon tiers.
Yeah, we're shaking it up.
Shaking it up.
We just had this big survey that Gabby put out there, and one of the biggest things that
Thanks
people
to
were
Gabby.
saying
Thanks for doing the survey, everyone.
is that the Patreon over the years has become bloated. It's become kind of confusing.
Feature creep.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like, we'll put something in between here for people that want to go up a little higher or whatever.
To trick you.
And as a result, once I was like, I think she wasn't even done with the survey yet. Like, I just started monkeying with things as soon as she started pulling that up.
She and I had a conversation.
Yeah.
She was like, based on the survey results, I think we should pare down some of the Patreon tiers. And 10 minutes later, Blood was like, I think we should pare down some of the Patreon tiers. And I was like,
I just went to town because some of the stuff, like, I looked at it and like, it was confusing. It's like, we have a $5 tier for early access and exclusive shows, and we had an exclusive or extended cuts.
Yeah.
And we had an extended cut in the $1 tier, and an early access, and a $7 tier. And it's like, just put all that together. So there's things moving up and down, but the idea is that things will make sense. They'll fit together. They'll all be nice.
The main takeaway is the meat and potatoes are 5 and 10. If you want to, by and large, like if you want to watch stuff mostly, but get involved on the Patreon and submit things to podcasts, that's $5. If you want to get involved in really contributing more than that, contributing to streams, Trash Babies,
Tier Maker,
Community Showcase, all that stuff, that's $10. So those are like the meat and potatoes tiers. They're getting things like stuff from 7 is going up, stuff from 15 is coming down to 10.
7 is going down, actually.
7 is,
we'll go through all the lists at the end. Yeah.
It's a lot of information, but it's going to be really good.
Yeah, and then the $1 tier isn't going away, but the focus of it is basically, it's like, if you can't give any more, we understand that. There's a spot for you. You can still give feedback and stuff to us, but there's like kind of the rewards there are kind of shifting into the $5 tier to make that as attractive as possible for new folks. And then my approach to the higher tiers, because I cut out like half the tiers. We're going from 15 to 8.
Yeah.
But the focus now, because we've noticed that a lot of people in those tiers, even people that amazingly will give us like $100 a month, they don't even seem to worry too much about the rewards that are there. And so I want it to be more of a recognition thing. So I kind of was inspired by the $25 tier being the podcast producer tier, which a ton of people are in, just to get their name on the podcast. And so I'm going from there. And so like basically like ranking of a status. So it's like, you have bronze, silver, gold, platinum. And so it's like, rather than I'm in the fan mail tier, I don't really worry too much about whether I get fan mail or not. It's like, no, now you're a silver producer. Feels great. I love it.
It's great. And I was like, because originally he had that one as bronze or something like that. And I was like, well, golden voice tier has to be the gold producer, Bloodworth. Come on. So we shifted it.
Yeah. So we'll just go down the full list now. So this will be on Patreon, but just to kind of go over it one by one.
Okay.
The $1 a month, it's the tip jar now.
Tip jar.
Every dollar counts, but you'll still get an audio feed there that you can access at Patreon RSS. You'll still be able to give feedback. There'll still be some public posts and stuff that you can post on there.
Yeah.
And all of those things that were $1 past exclusives, that stuff is still all available to check out at the $1 tier.
And we want to increase like Patreon engagement stuff with polls and stuff like that, and that'll still be all patrons, no problem. At $5, we're changing the name to Ally. You're an ally. There you go. You get the ad-free extended Easy Allies podcast. You get Fast and Loose, which is moving up. You get the Patreon-only Discord, early access to kind of everything. The podcast, Frame Trap, reaction shots, more.
Anything that gets early access, early access will be in the $5.
Extended cuts of shows like Trash Babies and Achieve It Yourself, etc. Anything that gets an extended cut, you get it here. And then you also get to submit questions, games, segments for podcasts. And that includes the main podcast, Fast and Loose, reaction shots, all of that. And then a fun new one that we're going to try out is the Discord has been doing these really fun top 10s, and we know everyone loves top 10s. So we're going to fold that into a monthly feature, basically like NPDs, in the podcast, in the main podcast. So if you're in our Discord, get in on those, vote on those, because you'll see us go through your top 10 and tell you how bonkers and wrong you are. So that'll be really fun.
And then $10 is the contributor tier now. And this is one of the biggest changes because before this was only to submit to the community showcase.
Which you can still do.
Yeah. Now it's basically anything that's contribution based. So Stream Team, suggestion and voting is going to be in there now, coming down from the $15 tier. Tier Maker, suggestion bucket is going to be in there. Trash Baby suggestion bucket is going to be in there. We're going to start doing a group stream suggestion bucket. And so this won't be necessarily like something we vote on or something that we do on like a schedule or anything like that. But it will be there similar to Trash Baby. So we're like, okay.
We need something.
We need something.
Nothing
What
came
are
out
some
this
ideas
week. Yeah.
that work that are not a new release right now?
Yeah.
And sometimes, like really fun, crazy stuff have popped up in the past from patron suggestions.
Get goofy. Have fun with it. Yeah.
The monthly Q&A is coming back.
Coming back.
So you'll be able to submit to that at the $10 tier. And then we're also going to try
We're going to try this.
the radio call-in show via Discord.
So if you're in the Discord and in the $10 tier, you'll have a new role or whatever, the role, whatever. And we'll do, I don't know how yet. We're still figuring it out. Maybe this will be a disaster. We'll just cancel it after the first time. Whatever. But Gabby will vet you in the Discord, see what you want to ask about, whatever. Then we'll kick you live and we'll talk to you for a second. And it'll be really awesome. Hopefully, we've been wanting to do a radio call-in style thing for a while. And we have the Discord now, so we think we can make it happen. It'll probably be tacked on to the end of Q&A or something else where we're already like in here doing stuff. Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. Everyone behaves themselves and we'll have a lot of fun with it.
And then when we get to $25
It's
a
my
month.
turn. We're taking it back and forth.
You just did.
I just explained the radio call.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Take it away.
$25 tier is the bronze producer tier. So at $25 already was your name in the credits of the Easy Allies podcast. That's staying here. And then we're folding the behind the scenes thing, which is now basically just you get to see Fast and Loose live privately, and then capture commentaries, which some of the guys have been doing for their footage, basically talking about the process behind, oh, here's how I did this shot, here's this thing.
Or
from
like
review
literally
footage.
like I've done play-by-plays.
Yeah.
Just like basically taking a clip that we've already had from doing impressions or a review or something like that. We've got the clip. We drop it in there and we just talk over it for however long that clip is.
Yeah.
And it can be a behind-the-scenes-ish sort of thing, or it can just be like, here's explanation of gameplay mechanics in real time or whatever. But it's been fun. I've liked doing them.
Yeah, Blood loves it. So those are in there. So yeah, it's kind of a stronger $25 tier now, bronze producer.
And then the rest of them really are not changing other than the names that's easier to tell people that you are a silver producer at $50 a month and you get that fan mail. A gold producer at $100 a month. We had two $100 tiers.
Yeah.
It's
A
kind
lot
of
of people knew
ridiculous.
this.
But
Our Patreon was too confusing.
Yeah.
We know this. We're fixing it.
both of those benefits still exist if somebody wants to go with the other route. So you can either get Brandon Jones' golden voice to read something for you, 400 words or less. Or same word count, you could submit something for us to read on a group stream or on the podcast or whatever.
Whatever you
want.
want.
If you choose to do that, we will deal with it and figure out what the timing will make sense. But if you have a happy birthday for somebody, that's essentially the idea.
A one-off cool message, go for it. I mean, I guess if you stayed in that tier and wanted to say something else every month, that's also good.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. After that, 250 is Platinum Producer, which is same as Shoutout tier. It's just got a new name. So if you want a shout out on the Patreon or the Easy Allies podcast, Frame Trap, and Reaction Shots, that's where you go. Become a Platinum Producer and we will shout you out.
And then that everything producer up at the top.
Jabba
Wabs.
Jabba We appreciate you, Jabba Wabs. That's not limited to just Jabba Wabs, by the way. If anyone else wants to be an everything producer, go for it.
Absolutely.
Join the ranks of Jabba Wabs.
So that's the wrap up. That's the announcements for the Patreon. Hopefully it's a lot simpler. Hopefully it, allows you to find a better spot for where you might want to be. And most importantly, hopefully if you've not been a patron or you used to be a patron or whatever, there's good reason for you to come back and join in. And thank you to everybody who has supported us all of these years.
Yeah. Be sure if you're in a tier that is going away or changing, make sure that you select a new reward level.
Yeah.
Because you could still be giving and not getting a reward if you're not in a tier. So make sure that you make that change.
Yeah.
Also, EasyX. You might have noticed, like, hey, it's March. We make announcements usually at EasyX. EasyX this year, it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a fundraiser, but like, we wanted to try this announcement earlier in the month so we can start implementing these changes.
Yeah.
It'll probably take this week, maybe a little longer to get this done, because it's a lot of stuff we have to change on the back end. But yeah, EasyX will be at the end of the month, a week later than our actual anniversary. So it'll be really cool.
And it bears repeating too, as you mentioned, with the making sure that you're in a tier and you get rewards. You can also, if there's not a level, you know, because that's kind of how we got into this mess, is like, oh, people would like to be at this level or that level.
You can give whatever you want.
You can always manually edit your pledge to be whatever makes the most sense to you.
Yeah.
So.
And then just select whatever reward you're qualified for.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about it, right? I think.
That's it.
Yeah. It's not scary. It's good. It's fun. It's awesome. Everyone, please. We hope that you appreciate these changes. We think that it'll be a very positive shift. Hopefully make things easier to understand for everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks, Bloodworth. Thanks for filling out those surveys, everybody. It helps us a lot. We'll see you later, every day that we see you, and then we'll see you at EasyX.